Today we're doing an unboxing and assembly of the Aipas C2 Max Express e-bike, hopefully making your assembly project a little bit easier. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this unpacked so that we can see what's in the box. I'm betting this is our controller here, and it is, with cord. Then in this box here, I'm sure we're gonna have our pedals and what other parts we're gonna need. There's our pedals, front fork skewer, some zip ties, I don't know what that cap is for, and a toolkit. Okay, this is everything that was in the box, and this is everything that should be in yours as well. Let's start the assembly. We're gonna install our stem in the bike, and it's gonna go just like this and slide down here. But the first thing we wanna do is make sure that our fork is going the right direction, and you can tell right now it's not. We need to turn it around. It comes to us like this just for packing reasons, and we're gonna need to straighten it out so the fork's going in the correct direction. Get our handlebars out of the way here, and we're just gonna turn our fork the correct direction. Just spin it around just like that. The way to tell that your fork is the right direction is this piece here that connects the fender and the headlight is gonna be right up to the front of the fork, and your front brake is gonna be mounted on the left side. So that's how you're gonna tell. Now the fork is going the correct direction. Let's go ahead and get our stem in place. We're gonna take our stem, it's gonna go this direction, and we're gonna take this cover plate, just like this, and that's what that's gonna look like. That's the direction, and the stem's gonna come down here. So what we're gonna do is slide this on first. And if you're having a hard time getting it on there, just loosen up this screw, and it'll drop this little wedge a little bit lower so that you can slide that in. And the same thing going into the head tube. If it's too tight because it's up here and you can't get it in, loosen that up so you can drop that in first. So you're gonna slide it in just like that, and that's what our stem's gonna look like. Let's get it tightened up. We're gonna wanna make sure that it's nice and straight before we tighten it down. But don't worry too much, because later on, if you need to tighten things down a little bit better, you always can once you're sitting on the bike and you have a different perspective on it. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get it all tightened down and into place. I can feel it getting tighter as I turn it, and then we'll come in here and make it nice and snug. Perfect. The next thing we're gonna wanna do is take off the stem faceplate and attach our handlebars. The first thing we'll do is loosen the screws and take this stem faceplate off. Just take them out the rest of the way by hand. You can do two at a time. That's gonna come off fairly easy. And this faceplate can really go on either way. As long as it fits on there properly, you're good to go. We're gonna wanna pick up our handlebars and make sure that they're not tangled up. So we'll just go ahead and grab those, rotate them the correct direction here, because they're gonna get placed on here just like this. And our stem plate is going to go right on top of it just like that. We'll hold that stem plate up there. We'll start them off by hand, and then we'll tighten them down with our Allen wrench and make them nice and tight. Don't worry about the handlebars moving around. You want to get this started first, and then you can always adjust it once they're tightened down a little bit. You want to make sure that the ribbed part of the handlebars is right in the center of this stem plate right here. So if I go ahead and slide that out so it's peeking out the side there, you want this to be centered up. So we'll just push it in here, get it centered up, get our handlebars about where we want them, and then we'll tighten them down. And when you're tightening down the handlebars, you want to be going from like top left to bottom right, top right to bottom left. You just want to make sure that you're not tightening them down unevenly. And keep in mind, you don't want to over tighten anything too much, because once you're sitting on the bike and you have a different perspective, you'll probably move a bunch of stuff. So there you have it, the handlebars are assembled. Let's put our seat on. So what we're gonna do is take our seat with seat post, release this clamp, slide it down the tube just like that. Very nice. And when we get it about where we want it, which is right about here, you're gonna pull back on this lever right there. Now keep in mind, if this lever is really loose, you're gonna wanna tighten it down so the seat doesn't slide down on us while we're riding, because that wouldn't be good. So you're just gonna release that lever and give this a couple turns, and now pull this lever again and see if it's tighter, which it is. And a good indication is it's gonna leave a mark on your hand. You can tell that we pushed that really hard. Perfect, the seat's attached. Now we can flip it over to assemble our front tire and our front brake caliper. We'll put down a couple of pieces of styrofoam for the handlebars, and we'll flip the bike over. The next thing we're gonna do is attach our brake caliper. The first thing we'll do is remove this hardware. This is just for packing. Let's take one of our wrenches here. But this is trash, you don't need it. We're gonna take our brake caliper and mount it up here. You're gonna have these two holes, and that's where your brake caliper is gonna go, and it's gonna line up just like this. We'll pull these two screws out and then seat them in there just like that. And then when our tire comes in, our brake rotor is gonna go right between these brake pads right here. Let's back these screws out and get them installed. There's also a Loctite on here, and that's good because that keeps this from getting loose as the bike's rattling around and stuff. So we're gonna line them up just like that. Because this isn't threaded, our screw comes in the back here and then screws right into the brake caliper like this. And then the second screw is gonna do the same thing. So it's gonna go into this part here and then screw right into our brake caliper. Just like that. And we'll take the other end of the wrench and make them nice and tight. Perfect. Now we'll take our front tire, go ahead and pop this plastic protective cap off the end of the tire. So we want our brake rotor to go between the brake pad, and we want the axle to sit right on the fork. Just like that. So you can see how that lines up. Perfect. And you can see it from this side as well. Perfect. Now we're going to take our front tire skewer, and that's going to run right through the axle and lock down. We have these lock washers and two springs. So let's go ahead and unscrew it and show you what we got here. And these are going to go into the tire just as you're seeing them, with the small end of the spring toward the inside as you're seeing it here, and the large end of the spring to the outside. Let's go ahead and unscrew that. So the way I'm gonna put this skewer into the axle is, the first thing I'm gonna do is take our spring with the wide end there, slide that on first, then take our safety washer, slide that on, and now stick that skewer right through the center axle. Line up our safety washer here so that it drops into the hole, and then our spring goes there, and we'll place the other side as well. On this side here, we'll do the same. We'll place our safety washer first. That goes nice and flush. We'll take our spring with the wider end to the outside and the narrow side facing in, and then we'll go ahead and place the end cap on there. We'll tighten it down by hand and lift up the lever on the other side. Now we'll make it a little bit tighter, and we'll push it nice and tight. Puts a nice little mark on your thumb. You know you pushed it hard, and you want it pressed back this way. You don't want like a branch to catch it and pop it open. And then that sounds good. No scraping. Now what we're going to do is just make sure it can't pop off. That's pretty solid. That isn't going anywhere. Front tire assembled. So we'll install the pedals. You're going to have a left and a right. Pretty simple. They're marked for us as well. You even have a sticker here showing you which way to turn it. So let's go ahead and get that right pedal started. You do want to make sure you're putting the right pedal on the right side and the left pedal on the left side, you don't want to cross thread them. That would be a problem. And make it nice and tight. Now we'll do the left pedal. And if you ever lost this sticker or it fell off, right here on the end, it also says left and right as well. If you start it by hand, you kind of know it's not stripped out. Otherwise, it wouldn't go in as smoothly. Make it nice and tight. Perfect. Let's go ahead and attach our chain. If you pick up on it, it will loosen up that tension, and then we can just drop it right up here, just like that, and give it a little crank, and it'll pop on for us. Okay, our chain's on there. Perfect. That derailleur guard's a little bit different, but I guess it protects it from smashing into itself. Let's go ahead and turn the bike right side up and complete the assembly. Let's attach the fender and headlight. And our front fender is going to come right around the back side here, just like that. Slide it underneath and attach that with our light, just like this. So we'll go ahead and take off this little protective piece there, and we'll back this screw out right here and attach our light and our front fender. That was pretty tight. Okay, we'll back that screw out just like that. So what we'll do is we'll take our light, stick our screw through there first, then we'll stick it through the front part of our fender and right into this hole here. And it doesn't matter if everything's kind of flopping around there. You just want to get it started, then you can position everything. So we'll go ahead and tighten this down. We'll keep it kind of loose and attach our fender arms now. Back this screw out and attach this fender arm first, and then we'll do the other side. Remove our hardware. So you're going to take the same screw and washer, line it back up, and screw this side in as well. We'll make it nice and snug, and then we'll do the other side, tighten that down. And the same up at the top. We'll line our light up, get our fender to the height that we want, and tighten that down as well. I like my fenders up pretty high, just personal preference, but that's the way I like it. And we'll make it nice and tight. That's perfect. Our fender and headlight are assembled. This stuff is just for packing. You don't need it for anything. So the fender was partially attached. All we need to do is attach this screw and our fender arms. Raise that up. We'll attach the fender arm here, and that's going to go to the lower screw here. Feed it right through the fender arm and into the pre-drilled threaded hole here, just like that. Keep it loose because we're going to do both sides. Go ahead and back it out. Don't lose our washer. Get it screwed back in. Make it nice and tight. Tighten down our other side as well. Pull that fender up as high as it goes. And we'll make this nice and tight as well. Fender assembled, and it's nice and straight and looks really good. Now we're going to attach our rear rack that has our tail light on it. It's going to line up just like this, and it'll get attached with these 4 screws just like that. Let's go ahead and take off some of this protective covers on here, and that really protects from the bike getting all scratched up, so that's nice that they put all this extra protection on there. Same thing with these, we'll pull those right off. Okay, let's back those screws out and get this attached. We'll back out all this hardware, put it aside. Okay, it looks like all the screws are the same size, so that's good. Just like to take a look at that as I'm pulling them off so I know what the length is for each. So this top one and the bottom one are going to be the same size. Sometimes these racks are really tight to get on. Let's see how this one is. So far it's all lining up really good. That's lined up. Let's line up the other side as well. Okay, so far everything's lining up really well. I think we got them all attached. Now we just got to tighten them down. So it looks like it's going to be really easy to get this rear rack attached. Everything's falling right into place perfectly. We're going to have the rear tail light here. So it's going to come up here. Okay, we got a little zip tie here. It'll go through there. And then we're going to line it up. You're going to want to line up those notches. There's a notch to the inside, and there's also an arrow on the outside. So we're going to want to line up those arrows and push that together just like that. Now we'll take our zip tie, have everything fed through nice, and zip it nice and tight. Perfect. That rear rack is assembled. Seeing as how we got a couple extra zip ties, we'll attach it here as well. Attach it right there and snip that, perfect. We're gonna need to tighten down our rear brake leveler and our twist throttle. Those are gonna be loose. So let's go ahead and turn this in. Let's get our rear brake right where we want it and tighten that down. I think this is a good position right here. Go ahead and tighten that down. Perfect. You're gonna need the keys, and they're up here on the handlebars. Just so you know, that's where your keys are gonna be. You're just gonna take them off your handlebars, insert your key, and remove your battery, because we're gonna take it inside and give it a charging. There's an on-off switch in here on the battery as well. Make sure you flip that on. Moment of truth. Let's see if it powers up. Yes, sir, it does. Headlights on. That's going to wrap this one up for the unboxing and assembly. Remember to check over every nut, bolt, and screw. Even if it wasn't part of the assembly today, you want to make sure that you're riding safe. So if you have a friend or family member that's interested in purchasing this e-bike, there'll be links in the description along with any available coupon codes. So like always, thanks for watching. Ride safe. Have fun. See ya.